Hey there everybody, Eric here from Bloke Games coming at you tonight. Doing a review of Dungeons and Delvers Black Book. This is by David Gill and Melissa Fisher. I've been trying to get you this review for like the past 4 days, but you two and I have been boxing. Ended up in an arm wrestling match. You see I got the hat turned backwards for over the top, and I had to put him to the mat. Anyways, the reason why I want to do this review is because I think this product is highly underrated. This team right here, Dave and Melissa, they're the same team who brought you this 100 World. Their artwork and their art style is incredible, but I think a lot of people are missing the point on their rules as well. They also have a current Kickstarter going on, which is the Dungeons and Delvers Red Book, which is like, if you would think of this as basic Dungeons and Dragons, their version of basic Dungeons and Dragons, the Red Book would be advanced Dungeons and Dragons, or more like, let me take that back. It would be like the expert edition of this. So this only goes from levels 1 to 5. The Red Book does start at 1, so you don't have to buy this and the Red Book, but this is the one that I already have, so this is one I'm going to talk to you about. Alright, a couple things to note about this game is that, like, with ability scores, you don't even have to worry about having like a strength of 18 being a +3 or whatever. The ability scores, you're still rolling the same. You got your 3d6, you got your same ability scores that we all know and love from the OSR, but you're rolling to get the bonus, because really that's what's important. This is a rollover system, so you're rolling d20 plus a modifier plus a relevant skill. There is skills in the system. They're very light. They're not like a hugely intrusive skill system, but they are present. One of the things that this system does really well, more than most, is there's very little number scaling, so there's not a lot of power creep. Also, you're not getting hordes and hordes of gold each time you kill a monster. So the XP is much smaller, the amount to level up is much smaller, and the gold that you get is much smaller. Now that's not to say that there's not stuff valuable, because you can take like the hide off of most of the monsters that are in here, or part, like maybe a claw or something, and that stuff usually does have some value. So you're able to acquire wealth that way, but you won't be leaving the dungeon with 500 pounds of gold that you're carrying on your back. So you don't have to worry about that. All right. Some more of the changes is they have, instead of having just standard hit points, they actually now have wound points and vitality points. Okay, and wound points are they're more severe ones, so they're almost what hit points were before. If you take a wound point, it takes a lot longer to heal. You got to rest. You got to do a whole bunch of stuff. If you lose a vitality point, think of that as getting like a really bad bruise or maybe a light sprain. So if you take a vitality point, it's something that you can get back after a short rest. However, if you keep losing vitality points over the same period of the same day, it's going to start to slow you down and affect you. In this class, in here, there's armor, but the armor is, instead of being just armor class, you get an AC bonus. It's ascending AC, so it gets higher, not lower. And there's damage resistance as well, which I really like. Love that. Most classes have their own magic, set of rules basically, but their own magic abilities. One thing I do like in here a lot is they do like this really cool kind of magic progression. So like, say if you want to get the spell invisibility, you're gonna have to take some other spells to get that one. Or if you want like a lightning bolt, you're going to have to take like surge, and then you're going to have to take, before that you're going to have to take electric touch or whatever, things along those lines. So it's very neat how they handle magic and how it progresses. I'm probably going to steal that sometime. You're going to see that in a Bloke Games product, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, there's crafting in this book. So crafting is something that you can do if your character has free time and they want to take their sword and make it a masterwork sword. If they have the crafting like bladed weapon ability, and they have the resources available, so they have whatever it takes to do it, they can do that and do that on their own. And so that's a way that you can improve characters. Also, thinking of characters here, it's kind of different because the characters can really be as complex as you want them to be. You can have a standard, just fresh out of the book, Frank Mincer Redbox clone fighter, just no frills. Hey, I'm a fighter. I got 8 hit points. Let's go. And a sword. Let's go. All right. You can do that, or you can make it very complicated by adding different things to your fighter. This game has a lot of talents in it. Kind of borrowed from like 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, but they work very well with the classes that they have and with the talents that are provided that you can choose from. It's a very great set of ways to upgrade your character without having a huge power creep. That's one thing that this book does really well, is it keeps everything small and confined, and so you're not suddenly a god overnight. Also, the monsters. A lot of the monsters that you know and love are not the same. Okay. And the playable classes, let me back up and digress. The playable classes are just a little bit different too, are the races. Because like in this book, you can play kobold, but it's not the kobold, it's not the little dog person that you know running around. It's actually like a little spirit. It's based on the Germanic folklore. And so it has some minor phasing abilities and all kinds of cool stuff. And the monsters are the same. The monsters, you may look up a monster that you think, oh, everybody knows how to beat this monster. Not in this game, not necessarily. They may have a different weakness, a different power. May just be, the same monster, completely different, like reimagined totally from the ground up, which is one of my favorite things ever, because that's my favorite part of role playing, is when I don't know what I'm going up against, or I don't know how to beat what I'm seeing. I enjoy that a lot more than walking in going, all right, I know there's like 5 orcs, gotcha, there's 5 of us. All right, let's move on. So I really dig that. But I really just wanted to get this review out. I'm going to try to keep the video short so I can get it up online. I will show you real quick. Let me grab a couple snippets of art. So the art that's done in this book is really phenomenal. I really dig this style. It's cartoony, but it's like grim dark cartoony. And it's so evocative. It works really well for what they're doing. And the artwork is also done by David and Melissa as well. So, here's the like the magic ability chart showing like how you got to have progressions. So you can either pause the video and look at that, or you can look that up. It's very, very neat stuff. Like I said, I'll put the links to the Kickstarter down in the doobly-doo. And you can go over and check it out, because it is the Dungeons & Delvers Kickstarter, the Red Book edition. It's going on right now as we speak, and I'd really like to see it get funded. It's not getting enough attention, I don't think, and that's why I'm doing this review, because it's a very solid system. They've done a great job. It's a very finished and polished book. It doesn't feel like just somebody's house rules thrown together, and so definitely worth checking out. Anyways, I'm Eric from Bloat Games. I hope everybody has a great day, good and good gaming. Bye, guys.